So, I've been playing Saryn Prime a lot lately, and yeah, um, enough said. Her rework is extremely powerful, so let's just get into the actual rework and explain. So, there's a bunch of weapon synergies that I want to show you, and there's one at the end that uses a pretty good weapon, a very solid weapon, and turns it into this beastly, godly utility weapon. So, I have three, potentially four weapons in the making for now, which is going to be my Zaw, it's going to be the Pox, the Lens, and the Arcoplasma are coming into my arsenal, and I'm also getting Harrow, and I'm still deciding on what my next Warframe should be. If you want to comment down below which one, then go ahead. I'm thinking Oberon, but I don't know. So that's my arsenal slots. I don't know why I said that, but yeah. Overall, uh, I've been using a few weapons, and I just want to show you some utter power that is used within Saryn's kit. So I want to go from the least useful abilities to the most useful abilities. So when we're playing Elite Onslaught, the least used ability is going to be Miasma or Toxic Lash. But we're talking about overall round play here, and it's really hard to say, but honestly, I think my Toxic Lash is going to be my least used ability. Not saying it's bad, it's really good ability, and overall, in the end game, it's going to work out pretty well. But when it comes to early game, I'm going to be using Molt, the third least, because I have regenerative Molt, and the whole point of using Molt is to pop it, run away, regen your health, go back into the fight, and pop a Miasma. When you pop a Miasma, that's my second most used ability, basically cutting the enemy's health in half, letting my Spores, which is my most used ability, to inflict every single bit of damage and annihilate everything in just anything. So, yeah. So there's certain weapon synergies that I want to be showing you. So for secondaries, I'm just going to say Euphona Prime and Twin Roga are going to be some of the ones I'm going to be using. Soma Prime, Boar Prime are going to be another two, and then the last one is a surprise. So we're going to start with the Euphona Prime, which is a viral radiation slug build, and we're going to be using only the secondary fire, and the Euphona Prime is an okay weapon. It's kind of fallen from where it could have or had a lot of potential. It's kind of fallen, but this overall, it still doesn't make the Euphona Prime extremely godly. And if the long range mode actually had status chance and it could proc status, then you probably could get away with completely destroying anything. So basically, I'm just gonna let that damage stack up there, and you're gonna see a lot of the enemies there have, guess what? No armor. Pop my Toxic Lash, pop the Miasma, pop the Molt. It actually does a decoy. Reload the Euphona. Let the radiation do the work. I'm going to transference, kind of set back. Yeah, I see. It makes anything with Toxic Lash just makes anything and everything just overpowered, and it's a really good damage buff. And honestly, I don't want DE to change it because it's not game breaking. It just makes weapons extremely solid, and we're talking around chroma level solid. So yeah. Next we have the Soma Prime. I can actually stay in more of a passive play with this weapon, which is why I would prefer it over the Fona. So we're gonna do that, and then after the Soma, we're gonna take a look at the Twin Roga. Take a look at, we're going to simulate. We're going to do the same thing we did earlier. Allowing to use spores at a longer range allows for passive aggressive play, which is really good because you don't understand how much that's needed. Pop Toxic Lash, pop the Miasma, stay at a distance, and completely and utterly shred anything while making my game freeze. And yeah, that's the simple run. One at a time, which is an okay kind of deal, I guess. But I don't have to roll around and do all that. Twin Roga. I can actually kind of stay pretty mobile and at a decent range with these things. People compare them to the Tiger's Prime. It's not the Tiger's Prime, but I tell you what, these things are definitely more utile or just versatile when it comes to Saryn over the Tiger's Prime. I'm gonna show you why. They haul damage out the wazoo, just bop and bop. Overall, they clear enemies like it's nothing, and you can completely one-shot them at a range, and I'm one-shotting them and doing so much damage, my game, like, loses frames. And that's how you know you're doing a lot of damage. We're going to do that test one more time with the Twin Roga, just to kind of get you an idea of it. They're killing my molt, you know, because that's definitely what I need. The more you keep spamming the corrosive, the more you're going to get, you know, enemies with less health. I'm gonna go in with molt, and if you had any kind, like, sort of punch through with the Twin Roga, you could definitely annihilate these enemies with ease. But that damage over time itself is utterly powerful, just utterly. Yeah. By the way, did I mention you don't even need spores to, you know, completely strip an enemy of armor with the Twin Roga? Just pop on Toxic Lash. You don't even need Toxic Lash. Please, just Toxic Lash alone just buffs the Twin Roga up to a serious power level of insanity. Damage over time. Not crazy. This is the power of Toxic Lash. Yeah. Twin Roga by itself, you don't even need to Toxic Lash. You don't need anything in Saryn's kit to, you know, show the power of the Twin Roga. Just showing you a headshot can completely and utterly murk an enemy like it's nothing. Body shots, I can probably proc and strip armor if I do nothing but body shots. And even then, I still have that, you know, insane power to me. That just 3, maybe 4 shots completely strips armor. Making note that that 25% armor strip, you know, slash damage will kill this guy. Maybe not, who knows. And having only 2 shots, but a decent reload speed, the Twin Roga definitely comes in extremely useful. And to all the people who say it is bad, I highly disagree with you. Because I just showed you it is great for stripping armor. And not even just stripping armor. You put on Toxic Lash, they done. Next we have the Boar Prime. The Boar Prime is my second favorite weapon to use with Saryn, and it was my original favorite because it's extreme fire rate. If you see the build on this thing, it's a very odd build. I have fire rate with blaze. You can replace that with accelerated blast if you really just want to go in there and haul nothing but fire rate, but it's an ammo drainer, and I just recommend the regular shotgun spaz. And if you don't want that, then you can, you know, go and put in, like, I don't know, you can probably mod it, maybe put some vicious spread in there for extra damage, and overall just increase your damage like crazy. But overall, this build carries me into late game by itself even, but we're not going to show it by itself. I'm just going to show it with the whole Toxic Lash combo, because I just want to get this over with. Basically, popping spores out of long range. Completely stripping the enemy armor. Popping Toxic Lash. Popping Miasma. Yeah, so that's the power of the Boar Prime. And honestly, when my, when I lose frames, it's like, that's how you know it's good. So yeah, that's just my standard issue build. and that's all I had to really show. Now my last and final weapon for you, in complete seriousness, the weapon that I find the most synergizing with Saryn, the Corinth. Now, first of all, this is just my standard issue use build. Like, this isn't even like the most powerful build you can get. And like, I'm gonna show you here. 100 munitions. 100 munitions isn't even that good with Corinth, but I still use it. I don't know why. I just still use it. We're gonna pop, or we're gonna simulate or summon these enemies, and I want to show you what the real use of the Corinth alternative fire is really good for. Popping multiple spores on there, grabbing that toxic lash, staying here and utterly annihilating them with blast. And I have Seeking Fury on this build, so reload time is extremely fast. And yes, they're all dead, by the way. The reason is Toxic Lash plus the AoE spreads the toxin and corrosive damage like it's nothing. I believe it's corrosive. And if it's viral, then even better. It's viral, so that 100 munitions kind of comes in handy there, and overall, the damage that you see is nasty as fuck. And because of the 100 munitions and the blast damage from this weapon, you're getting loads, and I mean loads of damage. So if we take a look at the air burst, which is more meant for status than anything, you're getting lots of status procs. You're not getting critical procs, so that 100 munitions isn't at all coming in handy. So where's all that damage coming from? Simple, the viral plus the actual base damage, plus the toxic lash. Let's hurry up and let's go get some spores on these guys. Having three infected is already good enough. Staying in a range and then just keep shooting this over and over again, you're gonna see that they're pretty much dead in mere seconds. And this guy right here, I can just kind of finish off with one shot. Pop ult, come in here, leave, come in here again. He's playing really defensive, so I can just do that. If I wanted to, I can just do that. And he dead. So that's the good thing about the Corinth, is its alternative fire is actually extremely powerful. So yeah. That's not even the most powerful build. Configuration B, aka the most powerful build you will ever see in the Corinth ever when it comes to being used to Saryn. Now, this is a just fully corrosive type thing here. We have 6,000 corrosive damage and 87.8% status. But the thing that makes this thing a killer is the fire rate. The fire rate is what makes this thing insanely good. And I'm gonna show you. So, honestly, in my honest opinion, you should always keep Toxic Lash up. Makes your weapons extremely viable and can pretty much damage anything. So, just dump a few shots into there, come back, and yeah, they're all dead. And honestly, this is also the work of Saryn. It's a very, very, very synergizing build. I'm gonna pop my asthma again. I'm gonna pop my malt, pop a few more spores, and pop my asthma again. I'm gonna make my distance, and I'm gonna overall, even in just basic combat usage, this build completely wrecks. Switch to viral. The Corinth, the reason I put corrosive on here is for basic use. Strip armor, easy, right? Very easy. Putting on Frigid Blast. putting on Frigid Blast and Chilling Grasp will allow me to get viral damage. What does this viral damage do? You're about to see. I actually haven't tested the viral damage out, but you see the corrosive damage. You spread it to the enemies. All those enemies are basically dropped. That guy's dropped. It's done. It's done. The Corinth and Saryn are basically the most overpowered combo you'll ever see when it comes to, you know, using any kind of weapon damage ability. Overall, what are my thoughts on this? I think it's really good. I don't think it should be nerfed. So weapon synergies are just extremely powerful in this game. And if you want, I can show you. I can just show you me using the basic fire instead, which is still extremely powerful. I think Saryn's kit is really meshed well together, and it's all just amazing. And popping miasma and toxic flash and whatnot kind of is what makes it. Even at a long range combat level, I'm still murking enemies like it's nothing. And I kind of peek shot a little. And the basic fire is still extremely powerful. And if you ever need to get like blunt, point blank range, it's utterly powerful. I'm gonna show you one more time, just with one enemy this time. No. This time I'm only gonna be using Toxic Flash, because if I'm fighting one big enemy, I'm just gonna use my basic attack. And since I don't have the corrosive damage on this guy, I'm gonna pop one spore, just one. You can see how much one spore does all that corrosive proccing and basically annihilates an enemy's armor. Just one spore proc. It's what, you know, gives Saryn this amazing weapon synergy. So overall, that's it for the build video. Not even a build video, this is just me showing you how powerful Saryn is. Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, possibly subscribe, it'd make my day. Peace out.